Welcome to an all-new Nerds to Men. I am Brad Reed.
Oh, sorry. I froze up.
Did you? Just
it's your boy Cameo.
Yep. Did all your motor functions freeze? Yeah. Yeah. Don't do that because, I sit here and I have anxiety throughout the show because we're doing it on Skype for our show, me and yours, and for the football podcast. And so I'm like, the whole time I'm like, oh, please don't let anything crash. I was also kind of like amused sitting here while I was recording it because I had JD Runnels, PJ Mills, and Rufus Alexander, all these OU players, former OU players. And they're all recording a podcast on a computer in my garage. You know what I mean? Like, how did that ever happen?
Yeah.
But we are doing the quarantined editions of these shows and talking about stuff that we're watching.
Because we're watching a lot now.
Yeah, we are. I've been binge watching Ozark. And we promise no spoilers, so we're not going to talk about Ozark just yet because you're not caught up. But I'm going to say that definitely you got to watch it. It's on Netflix. There's no reason not to. You'll love it.
The first few minutes of the first episode, of season 3's first episode, I was already hooked. Oh,
you're already up to season 3 already.
Yeah.
How many times can I say already right there? Okay, I thought you were like way back in season 2.
Oh, no. I finished season 2. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so you're close.
Yeah.
This season has been I couldn't not watch it. It was great.
Yeah. I like Jason Bateman and the what are their last names? The Birds?
The Birds.
They're pretty nifty, and Jason Bateman, he's pretty clever. I wonder if he was an actual businessman, if it's the kind of life that he would be living.
It does give you lots of ideas for ways to make your funny money not so funny. Mm-hmm. We won't use those ideas, I'm pretty sure, but. Get with me after the show, Cameo. Yeah. No, but I really loved it, man. And I can't wait till you finish it so we can talk about it all spoilerific and all that. But what we should talk about is Westworld. We are recording this on a Sunday afternoon right before the latest episode's going to play, which will be episode 4. So we want to talk a little bit about episode 3 right now. And so spoiler alert to those watching along live on Facebook, but we're going to get into it. So the whole episode was really about Charlotte, but it wasn't, because she has been replaced by Dolores with a robot version of her. And there was a few things throughout the episode that I just didn't really buy. Like, I could have guessed that while she's dealing with business that they wouldn't know the difference, but there was obvious signs that she wasn't who she said she was when she comes and interacts with her. I don't know, is that her husband, ex-husband?
I want to say
I think that they're separated. Yeah. And then she does interact with her son, and you almost think, okay, he knows, but he makes some comments though that were more coming from his father. She doesn't even want to be your mom or whatever, because she had forgot to pick him up. But this had been a normal behavior where he's not too alarmed by it. But when she's asking him who's in the house, because he's like, you can't, don't be loud while they're getting it on. That I would be like, wait, what? How do you not even know? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
What'd you think about that?
Yeah, because honestly and truthfully, I don't ever really remember her bringing up having a kid in the was it season 2? Yeah. And I didn't
And
know
she's obviously using some of the robots for her own personal pleasure,
Yeah,
So I
I was
didn't
just
even
like,
think that she was with anyone.
right, yeah, same here. Because I don't know, the way she came across is that she doesn't have anybody. She's, trying to be the top dog in Delos. So yeah, I didn't think that she had time for any family stuff. That's why she came to the park and got it on with a robot.
Right. So I guess she just figured Wallace in Westworld do as the Westworldians do, I guess.
Yeah.
But she didn't make it. She was one of among many of the Delos people that got killed when they revolted at the end of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so Dolores, has put this other one in her place. Now, the biggest question of the show, I thought, and I felt like the show didn't offer a whole lot, to be honest. But the biggest question is whose pearl is in Charlotte's body? Because it's somebody she's interacted with before. Now, I think, from what I have read and gathered, it's the one that played her father. She tells Charlotte, whoever's in Charlotte anyway, that they're the most trusted person that she could trust, and yada yada yada. And I don't know. For some reason, at first I thought my first thought really would have been Teddy.
Teddy, yeah, because I was about to say that, yeah.
But I feel like it might be the dad. What was your thoughts?
Yeah, like you said, my first thought, I didn't even think about the dad. I did think it was Teddy, but then again, I also think it could be Bernard.
No, Bernard's already in Bernard, though.
No, I'm talking about...
Because she said, the original.
The original Bernard. I can't remember his name, but
yeah.
I think it might be his.
Well, remember she did say... Because I was wondering, well, is the person in Bernard? Is the person in any of them really the ones? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't know now, but they did say, why did you put Bernard back in? Because he was trying to stop us. But yeah, you're talking about who Bernard was based on.
Right.
Interesting.
The co-creator of Westworld.
Yeah. So, I mean, who's the Irish guy that was in, what was that motorcycle gang show? Did you ever watch that on FX or whatever? Sons of Anarchy?
No, I didn't.
He was on that, the one she replaced earlier in the season.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he was on that show. But who is he? Is that somebody else now? Somebody's pearl that's in him?
Could be.
So that's kind of, I guess, the biggest mystery that came from Westworld episode 3. A lot of it was just trying to, I felt like, just set up the fact that this was somebody trying to be Charlotte, but that wasn't. And they spent a lot of time on that. What'd you think?
Yeah, I think they did. And like you said, nothing was gained from this episode other than we see that Insight has no idea. So we think that, what's her face? Charlotte Hale is actually a robot.
Right.
I think, what was his name?
Sirach,
yeah. I was like, man, I know it starts with a C. I'm bad with my C names right now. I can't remember my name. But
it's Cameo.
I feel like he knows something is up with Charlotte's character, and because now we have Maeve on his side. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I kind of feel that something's going to happen in this episode that's going to start having that snowball effect coming up very soon. Because we only have 4 episodes left after tonight's episode, so this is the peak. I think they got everybody's story out of the way. The main people, unless they do a backstory on Sirach, which I hope they don't, because these origin stories, even though they're not really origin stories, it's just like, okay, let's get the ball rolling.
That's what I always. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was about to say, because when I was doing my Nerd Up segment on Kiss last week, I like Westworld because season 1, episode 1 started from there.
Yeah,
and then come up to here, and it's just like I'm disappointed so far. I'm 3 episodes in, and it's just like, when is the stuff going to happen? When is this revolution that oh my goodness, Dolores is talking about?
Well, I feel like that's kind of anything that like these mysteries. The longer they go, the less magic there is. Or this isn't the same thing, but the more times you go to an amusement park, the less special it is. You see what I'm saying? So the more times we go to Westworld, the less unique and special it is. And so it's playing out that way with this series. I always feel like sometimes once you get like three seasons into a show, that's when you can really start telling whether it's got some layers to it or if, it's kind of as cool as it ever would have been. Yeah,
because if you look at the trend of it, so first season, it was about the timeline.
Yeah.
Who was a robot and the timeline. The timeline was jumping back and forth without us even knowing. Because we thought all these people we thought William was, William, the man in black. We didn't know who he was. But we had that going. Then season 2, we didn't know what was going on, who was behind Dolores's programming, and then we find that out. Or was that first season? Well, regardless, there was a mystery, one big mystery in the whole thing, and in this one, there's no mystery to it. It's just,
you're right.
When is this revolution about to pop off?
You're right. I feel like that's the main thing that's missing is the mystery of it. Just the kind of the whole feel of the show is changed. And I don't know if it's going to be one of those shows that goes on after this season, but maybe it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, unless they got something on this back half of this season, then I mean, it could go on. I mean, who knows? This might be an iRobot type of movie or type of series, and we're just like, man, where's Will Smith at?
So a couple things I want to talk about. I feel like that pretty much sums up what's going on with Westworld right now. Season 3, episode 3. Episode 4 comes on tonight as we're recording this on Wednesday night or Sunday night. Nobody knows what night it is, though, so nobody's going to blame me for that. I'm sure somebody was like, fun. What? It's Wednesday? Oh, my gosh.
Right.
Like, no, it's not. That was just my bad.
Alice FM is playing Christmas music, and
I saw that. Are they still doing that?
Well, I haven't listened to it because I haven't been in the car long enough to turn it on to the radio station. But yeah, one of my professors from Norman from OU asked, like, "Hey, do you know that you guys are playing Christmas music?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
They were like, "Yeah, Alice." And then I guess the voiceover guy was like, "Hey, these dark times are going to cheer you up. Here's some Christmas music."
Okay.
Oh, but real quick.
Yeah.
My professor posted on Instagram. He was like, "Wait a minute. Have we been in quarantine this long?"
Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's not... I don't feel like Christmas music is going to cheer me up right now because A, It's not like that general Christmas like even people that don't celebrate Christmas, such as yourself, right? There's like just that time of year where people are, I don't know, like maybe not nice at the stores or whatever, but you know,
which is going on right now. So.
Yeah, but for me, there's just that, I don't know, that good feeling in the air sometimes, and it's all about family for me. You know, going to see my family and eating with them and all that. And that's what I enjoy about Christmas. I remember when I went to church a lot as a youngster, I'd like to go to Christmas plays, stuff like that. You know, that stuff is. But like right now, when you can't go anywhere and you can't do anything, I don't think Christmas music. Now, the idea of maybe sitting around the house with your family and, you know, rekindling like that kind of like good feeling of we're all here because we're celebrating and not we're stuck together. It might be
right.
What's more of that might be a good thing, and it's not a bad thing that they're doing it. What actually kind of I was thinking about the other day, Joe Diffie, he's a country singer, and he died of the COVID-19, or is it COVID-19? Yeah, COVID-19.
Yeah.
I always just call it the coronavirus. I don't know why I tried to church it up just then. But he was a country singer, and he did a song called Third Rock from the Sun, right? And I remember, like, I think it was in the 90s, I guess. I was listening to some radio station here in town that was a country station. It was either the Twister or KXY. I don't know which one it was now. But for some reason, either the jock was going to quit the next day, or I don't know what was, like, you know how some stations stunt sometimes.
Yeah.
They played that song like for like all of the overnight. And I remember because I used to sleep, I'd put country music on and I'd sleep to music, you know.
Yeah.
And it was on all night. And so I always thought that was funny. I never did that when I was on the radio because I never like had a chance to quit. Actually, when I left my last radio job, we played music as bumpers going out, and I played Sloop John B by the Beach Boys, and I timed it perfectly so that when right before our show ended, it ended with them singing the line, "This is the worst trip I've ever been on."
Yeah.
But I'm the only one who thought that was cool because I'm sure no one was listening to that station. But so, Cameo, I want to ask you about this because I've been following like the Prime Video stuff or Prime Video cinema movies because I've long wanted some new movies to be released directly at the house so I don't have to go to the theater, which again, we've talked about this. I feel bad about it. Like when I thought then everybody else was going to go to the theater, so it would be fine. But now it's kind of like, man, it sucks for those people. But for the people who are at home and are watching some of these, we've talked about a few of them. The Hunt was one I watched, and also I watched Bloodshot, which was a pretty good one. Birds of Prey, we've both seen.
Yeah.
That one's a good one we would recommend. Now, there's a few more that I wanted to mention. The Way Back, I still haven't seen. That's with Ben Affleck. I want to see that one. I bet that one's a good one. There's another one called Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always, and I don't have any idea what that movie is.
No. Yeah.
But that's another one. Onward is one I see a lot of people recommending. Have you seen that one yet?
No, but don't buy it because it's on Disney Plus.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah. So if anybody was like, "Hey, I think I want to watch Onward with my kids," don't buy it. If you have Disney Plus, it's free on there. So go check it out on Disney Plus.
And The Call of the Wild, did you see that one yet?
No, I have it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. Now, here's one I knew that you did.
Tour.
You did see though. You saw Sonic the Hedgehog, right?
Oh yeah.
Y'all saw it when it first came out.
Good.
So tell me about this one because who was in Sonic? I was thinking it was Ryan Reynolds when you first talked about it, but that was the Pikachu movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. James Marsden, Oklahoman, right there.
Is he
We
Sonic?
have Jim. No, no. I'll get to
Ben
Sonic in a
Schwartz?
minute. Yeah, Ben
Oh,
Schwartz was Sonic.
I
James
spoiled it.
Marsden
Sorry.
was basically Sonic's good friend.
Oh, okay.
Uh, well, they became friends. Yeah. Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik. Like you said,
Really?
Ben Schwartz was in it. He played the voice of Sonic. Tika Sumpter, she was James Marsden's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Adam Pauly was in it. Um, I think he was the guy that was in Iron Man 3, the news camera guy. I think that was him. But yeah, he was in the movie. What's his name? Damien Dark, Neil McDonough. He was in it for
Mm-hmm.
like a scene or two.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, that was mainly like the big names that were in there. Oh, Natasha Rothwell. She's a comedian. If you watch the HBO show Insecure, she plays Issa Rae's best friend, one of
Oh,
her best friends in the show.
gotcha. Gotcha.
But yeah, she was in it. But yeah, it was overall it was a fun movie. Uh, if you loved the video game, it kind of doesn't go with the video game at all because
Oh,
there were
yeah.
some things in Sonic, but I wasn't a comic reader, and
Did you watch the
even
cartoon?
yeah, I watched the cartoon, and from what I can remember of the cartoon, wasn't anything like the movie.
Okay.
So, yeah, I didn't realize half the things that was happening in the movie was actually Sonic lore. So yeah, but I will say though, there is I would say a mid credit scene because it wasn't at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
It was a mid credit scene um, that it looks like they're going to make a sequel.
Okay, sweet. So it's like, is it good for what if you don't have any kids? Is it good to just watch with
Yeah,
your girl on your date night that you're having right now because there's nothing else to do anyway?
the ultimate of date nights.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you liked if you watched the cartoon or you play the video game, I think you would enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to. I'll probably watch that one because I'm starting to burn through everything. Cameo. Like,
Hmm.
I guess they're going to add another episode of Tiger King.
Yeah, another season.
No, no, a bonus episode this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited about it. I know a lot of people are like. I think even my buddy Ramiz, who's watching right now, I believe he might. I could be misquoting him. I believe he didn't like it.
One of my buddies, he's married to, or his wife is from Wynwood,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "I refuse to watch that show," and I think it's because of my wife.
I've been to Wynnewood. Have you ever been there?
Oh, it's Wynwood. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Oh,
I did.
I've driven through it, but I've never, stopped there. I've never been to the zoo, so.
No, me either. We did when I did ghost huntings.
Mhm.
We did. There's like okay, so there's a hotel there that's supposed to be super haunted, but I've never been there. I would like to go there someday. But the library, like in their little downtown area, they said it was haunted, so they had us out there, and we did an investigation there. Now, as I've told you many a time, I don't believe in ghosts. I've investigated tons of places, and for the most part, there was a few little experiences that I was like, but I just 98% of the time I was sitting around in the dark with nothing going on. So, but they had a lovely library there that I thought was really nice because I grew up going to the library a lot, in Midwest City and in Choctaw. And this was it was a nice one, you could see yourself going there with your kids and stuff and it being a sweet place. And it didn't seem haunted at all to me. So, but it was really nice, for what it is.
Yeah.
So I liked Wynnewood. I had a good impression of it. I didn't see anybody that seemed like Tiger King. You know, I think that's just some people. That's one of a kind right there.
Yeah, but I've been seeing a lot of people saying when they get their stimulus check, they're going to buy a tiger cub.
You don't have enough money for that. First of all,
do you think the price of cubs have gone up since the show?
No, but here's the thing: you got to build an enclosure in your backyard. You can't just keep it in your house, right?
I mean, probably not.
And then he had a deal to feed it with Walmart with their nasty meat. So I can barely afford to feed my kids.
Yeah.
I don't think I can afford to feed a tiger.
I mean, there are a lot of stray animals in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Just push that out there.
I get it.
There you go.
What happened to that yappy dog next door? You got your tiger over there. It's like burp. Yeah.
1 minute it was there, the other it wasn't.
Yeah. All right. Well. What else have you been? Like I said, we've watched Clone Wars. There's been a couple episodes out since we talked about it last. So that one's going pretty good, but we're going to recap that one when it's all over. Oh, I watched a great movie on HBO the other night called Yesterday. Have you seen that one?
No, that's in my playlist. I do want to watch that, though.
It is very, very good. I enjoyed it. It was a sweet movie, an entertaining movie, a funny movie. It was really good all around. A like 3 out of 3 crying Kevin Smith all around.
Yeah. There's my wife and I watched Kidding with Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah.
First episode. Wow.
What is that on?
It's on Showtime, but
okay.
I believe all of the episodes are on Amazon Prime.
Nice. Did you see HBO is opening up like a bunch of its titles? You don't even have to have a subscription. So a bunch of the shows. I know like The Sopranos was one of them.
Well, that's great. I wonder if they're going to refund me my money.
Well, I don't think all of it's on there. So I don't know. Did you ever watch The Wire?
No.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. I've heard so much about it from everybody that one's definitely one I want to watch on HBO.
Yeah, they have a lot of good movies. My wife and I, before our HBO got turned off, because she had some deal with AT&T to where we got free HBO, but whenever she upgraded her phone, they took HBO away. But we watched that. What's her name? Rebel Wilson. Romantic? It was actually pretty funny.
What was the name of it again?
Isn't It Romantic?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Starring Rebel Wilson, like I said, Adam Devine, and Chris Hemsworth's brother. The other one that's always in the movies. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Liam.
Liam.
Yeah.
I knew it started with an L. I'm bad with my L names. I was about to call him Luke Hemsworth.
Adam Devine, I think he's been in a few HBO things now. He was also in the one where it was a bunch of they were preachers, and then the daughter wanted to be like involved in the ministry, and the dad was John Goodman. Did you see that one? The something gemstones. That was a good one though. You got to see that one. It's pretty good.
Okay.
They're like these Southern preachers, and they, but they're not so great. Danny McBride's in that one too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So good stuff. So that's kind of what's up. Now, one last thing before we get out of here that's kind of comic book related. I've been following along. I don't think Marvel's putting out anything digitally or otherwise right now. I think DC is making some moves to release some stuff direct to the comic book shops that are, and unfortunately a lot of them are closing every day. So hopefully the ones around here locally, they make it, and you're able still to go. Now, I did hear, and I don't know if you know anything about this, that the Ninja Turtles at issue 105 is going to be the last one for a while. They're going to hang out. Yeah. So, where does that leave you? Do you think that what episode are you on right now? Do you know? Or issue number? Is that too many in the future, or is that coming up close? Because I feel like we were talking about like in the 90s not too long ago anyway.
No, they're on issue like 10 something. I think the last issue I read was either 103 or 104.
So the next one could be the last one for a while.
Either the next one or the one after this coming up one.
So
I can't remember which one I'm on.
Do you think that they're going to tidy it up, or do you think it's going to end like we didn't even know this was coming?
I hope not, but whatever they do, I think it can be cut off at issue 105. Because right now, I mean, I don't want to give anything away if people are not caught up, because it's actually a great read. But where they're at right now, I think they can. From what I can remember of the last issue that I read, I think they could wrap it up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sad to hear it. I'm hoping this stuff doesn't last as long as it. It kind of feels like right now there's no end in sight, but hopefully we get through it sooner than later.
I mean, it's kind of crazy, because I just saw earlier this week that Dallas issued another stay-at-home order till May 20th.
Yeah.
So, and that's, and then we still haven't hit our peak yet. So it's like,
yeah.
When is that going to happen? Is that going to be next week, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now?
Yeah. Who knows? Hopefully it. I don't know. And I don't really want to be so acting like I'm real sad because we're not going to get any more of a comic book, because some people are saying goodbye to people for the last time ever and not even really getting to, could you imagine? I couldn't even imagine if one of my loved ones was passing away in a hospital and you couldn't even be with them.
Right. Yeah. It's so sad, because if you're on Facebook, there are a lot of people sharing other people's stories.
Yeah.
You'll see like a toddler looking at their grandma through the window.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, like whether it's real or fake, I don't know. But I mean, it's real in the fact there's a lot of people doing that. I saw one where a girl got proposed to, which is an awkward time now to propose to. But I mean, whatever. But she showed her grandfather through his bedroom window, and she was crying, he was crying. I think one, because he was happy for her, but two, that he couldn't give her a hug and a kiss, and be there like normal.
Yeah, I felt it the other day, man, because my grandma, she's been making masks for her church. Mm-hmm. And I've been delivering to a lot of people, so I've been out, and I said, hey, I'll wear one if you make me one. I'll take one. Mm-hmm. So she made some, and I went and picked them up off the porch, and she came out to the door, but she left the glass door closed, because I was like, who knows, if I've been exposed to it, I definitely don't want you anywhere around it. And so looking at her through the door and not being able to give her a hug and say goodbye or I love you, or, I mean, I could say all that, but how I would normally, I'd give her a hug and a kiss and all that.
Right.
That hurt a little bit, that I was like, man, that sucks. But I know it's been a lot worse for a lot more people, so I don't want to complain too hard. And hopefully I'm not one of those people. Neither are you.
Yeah.
And we continue that way, hopefully. And hopefully the people watching, same way. So I wish everybody...
Please stay safe.
Yeah, health and safety.
I know a lot of people are saying, wash your hands and do all that stuff. That's only part of it. Stay at home. Like if you don't have to go out, don't go out.
Yeah.
Because from what I've heard, the actual virus can, unless some other studies came out, but this was like several weeks ago. Well, I'll say like 2 or 3 weeks ago, that the lifespan of the virus in the air is 3 hours.
Yeah.
So, somebody that could have it at Walmart, Target, wherever you're getting your groceries from, could have coughed, and then an hour later you go to the store and go to that same area. Like you got the COVID-19 now. So,
right.
But yeah, I mean, I know people have to go to the grocery stores or whatnot. If you can get it delivered, I heard Instacart is, well, I didn't hear. I know Instacart's pretty cool and pretty good and pretty speedy on their deliveries. So yeah, get that Instacart app. And my wife lives by that now. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So don't go outside if you don't have to, or I won't say outside, but go to businesses that are essential and keep your distance and whatnot.
Yep. That's what we've been doing. I looking forward to when we can both do the podcast back here in the studio. And
yeah,
even some of the people that we normally see on our live shows and stuff that I haven't heard from in a little while. It makes me nervous for those people. So hopefully we hear from them soon. And I'm glad for everybody who's checked in and all that throughout the show. One last thing before I get out of here, Cameo, I got to ask you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I forgot what it was.
Oh, I will say this though. We've all heard that Refrigerator Dawson.
That's terrible.
No, I'm sorry. Rosario Dawson is obviously Ahsoka Tano, but it's looking like they are going to have a whole spin-off series for her.
Nice.
So
on The Mandalorian?
Well, she's going to obviously appear on the
but it's going to be like the same style and all that?
Yeah.
That's interesting because they haven't announced anybody else that would have one really yet from The Mandalorian, and she hasn't even had one yet.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. It's just like y'all are putting your eggs in in one basket right now.
People are going to watch it though. They're going to love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I still want to know what happened to Ahsoka. I mean, I know we're getting a little bit of her story now during Clone Wars, the new season. So, I mean, I wondered if she's still alive. Like,
you need to watch Rebels. You got to watch Rebels.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm pretty sure there's either some of it's explained in Rebels or the story continues. I'm pretty sure. She's not a main. Rebels? She's after Clone Wars.
Oh, this is right after Clone Wars?
Somewhat after, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, got to watch Rebels. There was one other thing, Cameo, I thought that I was going to ask you about, and now I'm blanking on it. I should have wrote it out. Should have wrote it down. I was like, well, at least we're not live, but we are.
Yeah.
That's all right. Oh, okay. So, no, I was just going to mention to you, it is Sunday, and some people might be watching WrestleMania tonight.
Oh yeah. Can they? How can they do that?
So they're doing WrestleMania 2 nights. They already did some of it last night and some of it tonight, and it's in. They pre-recorded it all, and it's in like a studio where there's nobody in it. It's or at the Performance Center. So.
Okay, so real quick. Did this get filmed while the COVID-19 is going around?
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't practice social distancing?
Not for everyone. Now, like Roman Reigns, he was supposed to be in a match. He's had leukemia, and they went ahead and pulled him out of the match. But I'm not sure why, because he was there when they filmed it, but they just took him out. I don't know if maybe going forward he didn't want to be involved and have the title and have to be at tapings. But I also have heard that they may end up taking a break because they've had the shows on the last couple weeks in front of no people, and they just haven't been that great. So I've heard some rumors that they're going to end up taking a little break, I think, before and letting all this stuff happen. But you're right. I mean, there was a few people. There was a tag team match, a 3-way tag team match, where it ended up being one person from each tag team because one of them, The Miz, got sick, and I don't know if anybody else got sick and they had to do that, or if it was just The Miz. But yeah, so it's been changing a lot of things in a lot of ways. It's been interesting.
Yeah,
I guess would be one word to call it. A nightmare for some other people, but
right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what.
Real quick. What cable carrier do you have for like television and stuff?
I don't have cable. I pretty much watch everything on either Hulu Live or my apps.
Do you have Epics?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Because right now with DirecTV, we have Epics. I don't know for how long, but I'm watching the War of the Worlds series right now. It's all of season 1. I don't know if season 2 is starting tonight or what, but I might have to get Epics because War of the Worlds series is pretty good.
It's
not
it?
like the movie.
Yeah. That was Tom Cruise, right? The latest War of the Worlds. Say that 3 times fast, cameo.
I can't remember her actual name.
You chickened
The
out.
only person. What?
You chickened out of saying War of the Worlds 3 times fast.
War of the Worlds, War of the Worlds, War of the Worlds. You happy?
Yeah.
I did it. No.
Sorry, you were telling me who all was in it.
Yeah, there's nobody that I've noticed that was that you would know, but actually, I think she might be on this cover right here. She was in the show Downton Abbey.
Oh yeah.
She's in it.
That old lady.
Yeah, right here.
The one in the green.
Right here.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
great
she's
picture.
in it. Yeah. I don't know her name, but yeah, she's in the show, and that's the only person that I know that I've seen in something else.
Gotcha. War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds, yeah.
I don't want to say it 3 times fast. I'll mess it all up.
Oh wait, you couldn't even see it at all, could you? Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, I could see it. Who you were talking about? Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. Well, I was talking about Facebook because I forgot that the way your picture is.
No, the people could see it too, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
The 1,001 people watching.
Yep.
Nice. All right, Cameo. Well, we'll have to see what else pops up in the week that we can discuss. We'll talk about Westworld after tonight. I'm hoping there's a lot more. Like I'm guessing. Did you see the previews? The Man in Black should be showing up this episode.
Yeah,
Ed Harris.
I'm more than likely. I bet you it's going to be his kind of origin story coming up, and I'm not ready for that. I just want the ball to be rolling, and we see some cool stuff. Although I will say the best part in episode 3 was when Charlotte Hale got basically got that pedophile at the park.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, thanks for disabling the cameras for me already."
Yeah.
Choked him out.
That was good times right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I thought it was a good episode, but it was again like Walking Dead, where they do like this whole episode that takes you away from every other storyline that's going on, but gives you all this backstory for somebody who it will later pay off, but it's like they spend that whole episode and it's just not as satisfying.
Yeah, I feel like so far this season has just been a filler season. I'm pretty sure that it's going to get good like in the next episode or so, but it's just like, come on now, like let's get this going.
Yeah, I've heard that some soap operas, or like one that I knew of, General Hospital, is going to start going to like 4 days a week right now, because I think they're running out of maybe like they recorded probably a few weeks ago, and now they're catching up to, they're losing episodes. So I'm sure people are getting sick or wanting to stay home or whatnot. Do you see that happening with like The Flash or anything like that? No. Everything's going as according to plan. What about next season? You think we're going to start seeing like some of these episodes or these series not coming back? Or is that just worst case scenario?
I think that's worst case scenario.
Well, we'll think best case right now until we.
I'm thinking a lot of people are basically thinking that summertime is going to be the time that this is going to pass over. Even though I've heard both sides of the spectrum saying yes it will, no it won't. But I mean, I'm not a scientist nor a doctor, so I can't say yes or no. But if it is, then I'm pretty sure the summertime will be when everything is gonna start picking back up, filming or whatever.
I could see that trying to do, because even like the NBA, I've read that they're not coming back, that they're gonna do like a horse game where each NBA superstar shoots the ball from his, like they'll all be in like their own home stadium or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And they'll be doing it like by video. Yeah. So like Stephen Curry shoots a shot from 3-point land, and then Kevin Durant has to, and then I just think that's going to be weird, and I don't want it.
Is it right? I don't either. Is he even like okay now? Because I remember he was in the hospital.
KD?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean for the COVID?
Yeah.
I think he was. I don't think he got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think most of those NBA players ended up recovering without any symptoms even.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Did you hear about DJ Jazzy Jeff? It's not looking too good for him.
No. Does he have it, or is it something else?
No. I mean, I've heard different things, but latest thing I saw was that it's pneumonia. He has pneumonia in both of his lungs. So, yes, it's probably not looking too good for him.
Man, DJ Jazzy Jeff, I don't know how much like responsibility he had in the old days with the music and stuff, or if he was just a buddy of the Fresh Prince, or how that all worked out. I think he did some like actual DJing though, didn't he? Like, even aside from Will Smith and stuff. Yeah. But he was hilarious on the TV show. Hilarious. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jazzy Jeff, I hope he's okay. That would be sad. Nugget.
Yeah.
Nugget's watching. I've been wanting to get Nugget back on the show. He's only been in when you've been gone, so I wonder if we should like
Freeway?
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe it's not possible. Maybe y'all are the same person. Because I've never seen y'all in the same room together. I think it's because y'all don't like each other. But
I like Doug.
What's up, nerds? He says. So, yeah, we're gonna have to get him back on the show pretty soon.
All right.
Maybe just Skype in and talk to us sometime. That's what we'll have to do.
He said the devil's three-way.
The first time I ever heard that reference was in How I Met Your Mother. Did you ever watch that show? Oh, that's a great show. Neil Patrick Harris. He's so great in that show. I love that show. Did you watch that show, Nugget? That's what I want to know. Or else, but Nugget though, he was telling me like the Devil's Three-Way and stuff. You know, the Dirty Sanchez. I won't get too far in. He was telling me all about these things when we were younger. Like I didn't know anything about it. It was Nugget was the one corrupting me.
Yeah, I was about to say Nugget corrupted you. Wow.
Yeah, he did. He really did. All right, Cameo. Well, I think that's a wrap for me.
All right, same here.
All right, well, keep a smile on your face.
Keep it nerdy.
This is the way.
Freeze all motor functions.
Good stuff.